interesting guy. He's got 269 subs, but plays some great jazz music, and a lot of rehearsals he does. He teaches too, does online lessons, that kind of stuff. He studied with some of the greats too. He's an older cat, like 75, 80 years old, that kind of thing. But man, can he play? He can play. He's playing on an electric kit right here, just because that's what he has to play with the rehearsals. But if you watch his rehearsals in the studios with all his, I mean, he has amazing plates, like $2,000 plates, professional jazz plates. So he creates some really cool grooves in it, and his feel is really good, really relaxed. You can tell he's been playing forever, and he's just kind of dialed it in. Another thing I wanted to just quickly mention, just kind of getting warmed up and having some fun, just because Saturday, literally the only day I have like even an hour to 2 hours to play now. Unfortunately, for my own benefit, just practicing and having fun. But I did get this aluminum out, so this is a brand new MAPEX Black Panther aluminum, seamless. Or it might be beaded, actually, I think. Yeah, it's beaded. But it's still a killer aluminum for the price. I mean, it's one of the best sounding aluminums you can get. It's called the ATOMIZER. But if you like aluminum, and man, since I've tuned this up, I just pulled it off the shelf yesterday, swapped it out for my handmade Japanese Tama, the solid mahogany star classic reserve, blah 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 blah. But this snare is killer, and you can I'll just give you kind of a sense of some of the overtones really quick with it. And I even have a snare weight on it, but with it, magnetized all the way up, so it's not sitting on the head so much. But I'll just put this over here for a second, so you get a good representation. Right into it without ever warming up any 30 seconds, so that could happen. But here's a great exercise too for people. Just going through your subdivisions will help you tremendously, especially if you're newer at playing. I highly suggest you set a click, and traditionally when you hear a click, you're hearing, if we're playing in 4/4, we call it common time for Western music. Almost everything in Western music is in 4/4. So just remembering that the top number corresponds to how many beats you're counting in one measure of music. If there's a 4 on top, you're counting 4 beats in one measure of music. If there's a 4 on the bottom, it represents that a quarter note gets 1 count. So your bottom number always has to represent a type of note value. So it'll either be a 4 for a quarter note, an 8 for an eighth note, a 16 for a 16th note, and so on. So the top number can be any number, well, within reason. A unless you go to like Indian rhythms and Afro-Cuban rhythms, and yeah, they're using Fibonacci sequence and counting up to like 52, and a lot of amazing stuff. But for the sake of what we're playing, really we're just getting used to, you know, if you're counting in 2/4, literally just counting half as many beats. Counting 2 quarter notes. If you're counting 4 quarter notes. If you're counting 4/8, that's basically double time, but you're counting 4/8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, because we're counting 8 notes. So you don't count them like 8 notes, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You just count 4 8 notes. So 8 notes are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're just counting 4 of those note values. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have 4/16, that means you're counting 4/16 notes. That for every one measure of music, and so on. Odd time corresponds to the top number. So if you have a 5 in the top, a 7, 9, 11, your odd meters, that's what that's corresponding to, because then you're counting 5 quarter notes. And we're used to anchoring beat 1 around the quarter note on beat 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just to give you an idea of kind of the philosophical things that are going on within that. But then also, you know, just kind of coming out, having fun, showing the new the new snare, and I love it. I love it. It's a great aluminum.